afternoon, guys. Doing a little quick inspection on this one. This one I have to check for any form of swarm tendency with them. Alright, so I'll be going through the hive as thoroughly as I can in terms of looking for cells, queen cells, swarm cells. You see, one of the things I don't like with how they do it, I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here they're putting a lot of pollen there, and that's basically limiting the space the queen can lay in, and that for me is a dangerous thing, because the less space the queen has to lay, the more, well, the greater the potential for these bees to swarm on me, and that's one of the toughest things to kind of manage. So this is the 5th frame from top. Alright, so just go into the box here. Alright, so if you look at this frame now, you see these set of, what do you call now, brood? This is called drone brood. You see how it's pulping out the comb? Yep, that's drone. Those are the drones. These at the top here and these below here are called worker brood. Alright, on the other side is similar to that. They have a little patch of drone brood. Now that's also an indicator that they could be going into a swarm mode, right? So when you see excessive amount of drone brood, that's a risk as well. Alright, so right now this little patch isn't that much, right? And I definitely see places where the queen can lay, and it looks like they have moved up their brood layer. So now they're not putting honey here, they're putting honey in those supers that I put on, and that's a good sign, because this bottom section I just want it to be pure brood, purely brood. And they will definitely put pollen down here, because pollen is what they use, they eat and feed the young larvae and stuff like that. So that's good. See, again, basically half this side is pollen, and that's what I don't want. So these bees looking good, man. Alright, so this frame now is a full frame, almost a full frame of brood again. Worker brood, little pollen right here. So this is alright. Not seeing any queen cups or anything, so that's a good sign, you know, but always have to look out for it. So just doing a quick one here, so just trying to be as quick as possible. Alright, so now you see, so this is the 2nd frame. I'm seeing a lot of drones, so now it has me worried. I know they have space, because this frame is basically hatched out, if you realize. So the queen has space to lay there. Take a look on this side. See, she has space, and she's on this frame, you know, because I just spot her. I'm gonna show you guys. She's on this side. She went around this side. So here she is. She's very elusive, you know, so she's gonna run and hide. Let's see if I can spot her again. Man, she disappeared on me. She's definitely on this frame though. So this is a good sign, you know. Here she is. Very large and fleety. So I hope you guys can actually see this. Yeah, so I have to be careful when I'm putting in this frame, guys, because she's on this frame, so you don't want to squash her by any chance. So you take your time when you put in this frame. And I know she's on the inside of this frame, so I can pick this up. So yeah, it's a good sign seeing them. This one, if you realize again, a third of this side is basically pollen, and then you have brood here. These little white spots here are actually larvae growing up. All right, so yep. Yeah, man, so this hive is looking nice. I'm wondering if I should go any further. I'm not seeing. So basically, so far, I've only seen two frames with a little brood patch, and they do have space. That's the crucial thing. They do have space. Now, third frame with a little brood drone patch. See? But they do have space. So larva is all the way in here. So this frame is basically filled with brood. Similar to around this side, drones. So that's about 3 out of what? Well, a third of each of 3 frames. So that's basically 1 frame of drone brood so far. Let's see how this one looks here. Alright, now this is worrying. So if you look at this frame is filled with pollen, a little bit of not drone. Right here they have a little bit of normal worker brood, but then this has basically, I would say probably more than a third, probably a half of the frame is drones, and it's similar around this side. So we're looking at 1.5 frame of drones so far in this colony, guys. So we have to be mindful of that. All right, have to be mindful. So let's continue. We have 3 more frames. Not seeing any queen cups or anything, you know, but we have to look out for it. So this, we say a little bit, this wouldn't be a third of the frame. Ooh, they're getting aggressive, so I have to, so I'll say quarter. So 1 and 3/4 frames so far, guys. Alright, let's give them a little smoke. Alright, take out this frame as well. But the good thing, I'm seeing space, so there's space here, so it's a good sign. I don't want them to be, so it's a next quarter frame of drone as well, guys. So almost every frame, so quarter frame, so that's approximately 2 frames of drone in the colony. Last frame I'm gonna take out now. Alright, so there's no drone frame on this. No drone brood, I should say, on this. And that's a good sign. So in this colony, there's approximately 2 frames worth of drone brood. So this is hive number 6. The reason why I looked into this, I was just checking. I want to make sure I keep on top of all the hives in terms of them not going into a swarm mode. I lost production potential from a few hives in terms of number 1 and 2 over there, because they went into that swarm mode and basically just started creating a lot of queen cells, and I couldn't, no matter how I destroy the queen cells when they're in swarm mode, what you have to do, you have to move the original queen. If you don't move the original queen and make a split with it, they'll just keep doing it until you eventually lose them. Alright, lose that original queen with some of the bees. So I want him, that's what I'm saying now, I'm keeping on top of this number 6 hive here to ensure that a few things. 1, the queen has space to lay. Now the moment she doesn't have space to lay, that's when they start going into swarm mode. Now signs you look out for is basically if they're filling the space with pollen or nectar rapidly, more than she can lay, right? If they're doing that, that's a sign you need to give them more space. Give them frames of foundation or something so they can create more comb. Another sign is when they start producing a lot of drone brood. Now, this is basically an advanced stage, meaning she has run out of space and she's using the little space she has to create drones. Now, once you see this happening and it's a great portion of the hive or brood that's drone, then you know that basically it's in an advanced stage of swarming. Now, I looked in here. She definitely had a lot of empty spaces that she can lay in. I don't think they're basically filling in or backfilling those space with pollen or nectar. They're basically using the two supers that I have here to store the nectar. That's a good sign. So she has space to lay in. Now, I did look and check for drone brood. They do have quite a lot of drone brood in there. Approximately 20% of the frame in there, 10 frames in there, has drone brood on it. And I think that's an acceptable amount of drone in the colony. I think typically they say 20% is 15 to 20% is a good portion of the drone brood of the brood to be drone. Yeah, for it to be okay. But if I realize they're exceeding that amount, I need to now rethink basically giving the queen space. I just want to say thank you guys for watching the videos. Really appreciate all the views and all the comments and all the likes. Just look out for more. I'll try, as I said, try to have a video up as much as possible, at least once per week. So just keep looking out for them, guys. Subscribe and hit the notification so you can know when the videos are up. Alright, take it easy and keep safe, man. Keep safe.